Okay, I'm hoping okay, I'm seeing that my screen says that you can hear me. Um, okay, I'm shutting off the sound on YouTube. So, okay, just really quickly, I'm starting right off here. Sometimes I like to make plans. Sometimes I'm impulsive and I procrastinate. Like sometimes I won't pack for a trip till like the morning before but okay, sometimes I'd like to make plans. I have been planning something in my head for about 2 months, maybe longer. And my plan, I worked it out in my head over and over 2 months. Okay, I made these plans. Okay. It I would fall asleep thinking about planning how to do this. I'd wake up in the morning with a new idea. I mean, this was I mean, okay, probably a mental illness, but I thought about this almost daily for a couple of months, these plans. And then the time came to implement these plans, and I figured to complete this task I was planning, to complete it because I'm an old woman and I've had health issues, y'all. I thought, okay, this plan that is going to come to fruition here any moment is going to take me 2 weeks to complete. I'm going to pace myself because I get out of breath and I have to stop for lunch and shit. So I figured, okay, so I had this plan mapped out in my head. Okay, perfect. I began. And I'm almost finished, and it has just today occurred to me that, um, I need a meatloaf sandwich and I need to, get high, okay? I need to do this. I'll see you in a minute, y'all.
Never try marijuana, don't try it at all. It's a lie, it's like beating your head on a wall. Say no way, marijuana's a fast way to fall. You will pay, cause it's doing you no good at all. And you know, if you gamble with life, you can lose it. Gotta grow, cause your life is a gift, don't abuse it. And you know, if you gamble with life, you can lose A lot of people think that marijuana isn't dangerous, but they're wrong. Because not only does it harm a person's body and mind, but it often leads users to try other, even more dangerous drugs. And you know, if you gamble with life, you can lose it. Gotta grow. Cause your life is a gift, don't abuse it. And you know, if you gamble with life, you can lose it. Gotta grow. Cause your life is a gift, don't abuse it. Oh.
Okay, did you guys hear me at the beginning, or was I muted? Because when I looked again, I was muted. Was I mu You guys somebody tell me, was I muted the first little bit? Um, okay, thank you, John. Okay, okay, so um, I did make a meatloaf sandwich, and it was pretty damn good. I made a meatloaf sandwich, and, um, I, uh, I vaped a little bit because you guys, life is short, you know? You don't get upset over shit. You you don't. Um, okay, so I'm looking down. So I'm looking down. Okay, so you can hear me fine, but my evil master. Okay, thank you. Okay, so I'll I'll tell you about this, you guys. This is not a first world problem. It doesn't even come on down at the bottom of any list. This is no big deal, but damn, I made these plans, you guys. Okay. Hmm, I might have mentioned it before. Okay. I have I've been in my apartment 10.5 years. 10.5 years. Okay. My furniture in my living room has been in the same position for 10.5 years. And I love my furniture. It's really old. It's, from the '80s, It's been taken care of, if you take care of your shit, it'll last. Um, AKA don't sit on your shit. But, anyway, my furniture has been in the same place for 10.5 years, and so got this since I've been feeling better after, some some health issues. Um, sorry, since I've been feeling better, I've been doing stuff, and Lord, is there a whole lot of shit to do. Anyway, I've been thinking about my living room furniture. I have a sofa, 2 chairs, and a coffee table. That's all I have. A sofa well, and then I've got, between the 2 chairs, I have this trunk thing with a lamp, and, um, then I have a thing that on the wall is my TV and this desky thing, old desky thing sitting under simple living room, but it's been this way for it's been 10.5 years. So I thought I'm going to move my furniture. Now, when you're young, and you guys are all younger than me here, I'll bet you change your furniture around just on a whim. I used to. my husband would come home and he'd turn on the light. "Whoa, the furniture's different." Yeah, but these days, I've been planning this for 2 months, you guys. Okay, so I started moving furniture a couple weeks ago. I started. Okay, wait a minute, I have to cough. Sorry. Okay, started, and, my furniture isn't lightweight, it's substantial for my coffee table alone, meh, because I moved it one time to put a rug under it. I told my kids, "I moved my 200-pound coffee table." You guys, I think it's closer to 400 pounds, this coffee table. Okay, it's extruded aluminum disguised as black wrought iron. E extru I know it's not wrought iron. You can't extrude wrought iron like this. So, anyway, it's black wrought iron, 4 by 4, 4 feet by 4 feet, and there is a large piece of glass. It has a glass top that inserts into so it's substantial. I have to move it, I had to, like, maneuver pieces of cardboard under the feet and then sit on the couch and move it with my feet just to slide it on my carpet. Um, so anyway, and that's then there's this, what, 8-foot couch, and, it's all heavy. So it was a big thing, so I started moving shit. I pushed the coffee table out, had the cardboard things under it, pushed the coffee table out, maneuvered it, pushed it, moved a chair and okay, and then there's a good deal of cleaning involved, because 'cause it's been 2.5 years, so I found my dust mop. I forgot I had a dust mop, you guys. Excuse me. So I swept, I vacuumed, I dust mopped, I got cobwebs anyway, so moving furniture, moved it. It has taken me 2 weeks, and so we come to today. Okay. I have my chairs, my club chairs now under the front window, so light can pour in. There's a lamp on the Chinese chest in front of the window, centered between the 2 club chairs. Picture, right? Yeah, and then but on the side where I moved the 8-foot sofa, what I had considered the long wall, the sofa's a little too big. The sofa, I'm looking at it right now, you guys, you can't see me because I have a spit wad over my camera, you can't see me looking at it, but okay, because, it's all about centering and measurements and things leveled in all my pictures. Yes, I'm anal about, you get a you can I you guys who are anal about hanging your pictures, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, symmetry, symmetry, symmetry. The sofa that I centered under the big Georgia O'Keeffe poster on my wall and the sconces centered my couch. It sort of overlaps with one of the club chairs. And that's not good placement. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, and I'm just going, "Man, it took me 2 months of this to fucking fail my plan." Oh, geez, oh, meso. I am not answering that even though she probably has grass. but I didn't answer it. She doesn't know I'm live. My neighbors sort of know I'm on YouTube, but they don't have anything to do with it. But anyway, I'm looking at this, and so okay, so my sofa is centered under the poster on the wall. Mm, it okay, by about 8 inches, my sofa is too overlappy spatially with a club chair. Okay, for anybody who cares, private message me. I'll send you a picture, but okay, I still haven't moved the coffee table back. Okay. Okay, she left me a message, my neighbor from of the phone call. So I haven't moved, so I'm gonna move the coffee table's gonna be really too far away from the sofa, because I like equidistance between coffee table furniture, you know. That's going to be a bigger gap than I'm comfortable with, but I'm gonna do it, I've got cardboard. Oh, my cardboard slipped. Okay, that's why I couldn't push it this morning. Okay, I'm gonna put the cardboard things under the legs of the coffee table. I'm gonna shove it back. I'm gonna vacuum. I'm going to dust. Oh, Lordy Jesus, save me. I'm gonna dust, and I'm gonna fricking be happy with it, okay? I'm going to be happy with it. Number 1, okay, here's the thing, okay, any artists out there know about visual impact and what it does to your life and your emotions, blah, bloody blah, blah. Excuse me for not muting. Um, I'm gonna be because visually, when I come out of my bedroom, out, into the living room in the morning, like this morning, even like partially done, it was just a pleasure to see a different color in a different place, because my sofa is dark Bordeaux, dark burgundy with sage green trim, and the club chairs are sage green with dark mulberry maroon trim. Yeah, it's very it a copy of an Art Deco idea. Oh, and this furniture actually was in a movie, and that's where the idea for it came from, and that's how it wound up in my living room. Hmm. Anyway, my furniture is dark burgundy, velvet, fake velvet, and, sage green, and so when I come out, seeing the burgundy in a different place is nice, you know, nice. And I've got my timer set up that haven't hasn't worked in years. I got my little timer, your light goes on and off at a certain time. I've got that hooked up. Ah, and I've got my a little, what do I have? One of those up lights with a tiny little 40-watt, or no, less than that, light bulb, behind a fake planty thing. So, yeah, I'm gonna live with it. I don't fucking care. It took me 2 months of thinking it was gonna be perfect, and it ain't perfect, but I don't give a fuck. Um, so anyway, God, I've been on for 20 minutes. I'm gonna go over to the chat at last. Okay, John aside. Hey, John, good morning. First up, as usual, thanks for being here. You're not working today, but happy Father's Day, John. Happy Father's Day. You do everything a father does. Man, you do everything. Number one, you're probably an ace's husband. and, you love your wife's food. I love that about you. And, you're a dad, you're a fur baby dad, you know? So happy day to you, John. Eileen Ebony, my sweet pal. Eileen Ebony. Oh, Eileen. So Auntie Jessie was so sweet to you. I love that she was nice to you. And Lord knows, you know, it's a jungle out here on the YouTubes, and sometimes people aren't nice to even nice people. So fuck them. So hi, Eileen Ebony, my little sis. Welcome. Thank you for being here, John Walkley, king of the dad jokes. John, thanks for being here. It's good to see you. Hey, over there in the UK, Prairie Queen. My dear old pal, Prairie Queen, thank you for being here. Thanks for showing up. You might have better things to do. It's Father's Day. I posted, like every year, I post a picture of my dad on Facebook. And my dad, okay, so I'm really old. My dad did not go off to war with his, World War II with his uh, peers. He was chicken doo doo. And so he went to military school. And it was a military school owned by his uncle. In fact, it was called Illinois Military Academy, owned by his uncle. So he got decorated. He was what, brave lieutenant. He had all these bangles and jangles on his uniform. And the picture I post of my dad, in his military uniform to avoid the draft. He was a dad and husband and dad, but they were taking everybody back then. After that, you became exempt if you were, a father, had responsibilities. You know, and now I think you get exempt if you have flat feet. I don't know, but anyway, so every year I post a picture of my dad, and he wasn't a good dad. What can I say? And oddly enough, his name was Dick. Uh, George Richard, blah, blah, blah. Insert last name, George Richard. They called him Dick. And back when when I was little, and Dick, it was short for Richard Dick. Richie, Dick, Dick. And as it turned out, historically, it evolved into him. Damn, he was a dick. Okay, on this Father's Day, paying tribute to my father, my dad, we come from little towns in the southern part of Ohio. I mean, little towns. The towns that my family comes from are so small that any larger city in Ohio have never heard of the little towns my family is from. Okay, here we go. Sabina. Okay. Sabina, Ohio. Clarksburg, Ohio. Washington Courthouse, Ohio. Okay. My mother graduated, okay, here, this is bigger. Okay, my mother graduated from Chillicothe High School. But anyway, my dad was, um, okay, if you look at his picture, they say he was handsome back then. When I was little, I just thought he was this guy with this big red nose. My dad was this embarrassing person, mortifying person with this big red nose. But then when I came along, they were almost past childbearing years. My parents, my dad was in his 30s, my mom was 31. Back then, that was old to be, squeezing out babies. But anyway, my dad was a playboy. He was a ladies' man. He was a bon vivant in this tiny town where he was a big fish in a little pond because I I think, I know they dealt in tractor supplies and farming. I don't know if there was illegal hooch transport back in the day. Nobody's saying. There's also, well, I know for sure, my dad's dad had a hood and white things packed away in the basement where he hung himself. Uh, but anyway, my dad was this playboy, a womanizer. On the day of his marriage, I have a picture of my parents' wedding. It's my dad, my mom, and the maid of honor. My dad bonked the maid of honor the night before they got married. Yeah, and then I also have a photograph of my dad, Dick, having cocktails. My dad's in a suit. He's with my aunt. My aunt, God, what was her name? Am I blocking it? He's with my aunt, Mary. He's with my aunt Mary the night I was born. The night I was born, my dad is having cocktails with my aunt Mary, and my dad bonked my aunt Mary. Yeah. Yeah, and this is stuff my mom revealed over the years, not just to me, but with, my sister, yeah. So, dang, I know, I am convinced, boy, I did a 23 and Me, and I'm hoping, man, someday there's gonna be a half sibling show up on 23 and Me. Yeah. So, happy Father's Day to you guys. And okay, there are fathers who did all the shit my dad did, but they still managed to be good dads. I'm not putting down people's kink, their shortcomings, their flaws, their faults, I'm not, you know, well, yeah, I'm a little judgy about that, but, sometimes even those guys manage to be good dads. Okay. My dad was all that and, and a packet of sauce, plus he was a jerk dad, selfish dad. Uh, from the time I was born until my dad died at the age of 60, I never knew him sober. So, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what it's like to have a dad who places importance on children. Don't know what it's like. So, any of you dads out there who are good to your kids, make them the most important thing. Yeah, happy Father's Day to you guys. But hey, so when you don't have a dad, this is how your kids turn out. Look at me. Do you want this for your children when they're older? No, you don't. Um, God, you you guys, you know what? I think I'm done. I don't know what else to okay, I'm going back over to, the chat. Mud, oh, hey, Mud. How you doing, Mud? Good to see you here. Thanks for showing up. You got me a meatloaf sandwich right there. That's okay. I'm scrolling down. I've been ignoring the Sid Vitch. Yo, welcome, Sid Vitch. Happy Sunday, Sid Vitch. Thank you. Oh, okay. I'm catching up with the chat. Forgive me. John Walkley says my friend Donald lost his ID. Now we just call him. Oh, my friend David lost his ID. Now we just call him Dave. I don't. John, go to your room. Okay, so I'm scrolling down through the chat. Should have made meatloaf after all. Yeah, yeah, I made meatloaf day before yesterday. So today's meatloaf sandwich, that's the end of the meatloaf. I don't like to keep food any longer than that, you know. Um, Besides, there's something in my fridge that smells like something died in there, so I have to address that after I get off this stream. But I made a decent meatloaf, but I didn't have. I used. I rehydrated dehydrated onions because I'm out of onions. God, I hate being out of onions. I figure I could use an onion a day easily, and I have. And an onion and a potato, I could use those 2 and coffee. You know, your needs get really simple when yeah, an onion, a potato, and coffee, and creamer and sugar, and that's it. Okay, so I'm going back over. John says, "What's more dangerous than marijuana?" Damn hippies. Okay. Yeah, Sid Vitch, it's been a while since you've checked in. Well, I'm glad you're here, Sid Vitch. I'm glad you stumbled back in. Thank you. Okay, so I'm scrolling down the Sid Vitch says the master plan starts with brand new old furniture, right? I'm looking at my living room right now, and even though I haven't gotten the coffee table back into position yet, I'm loving seeing the colors in different places. And my coffee table is going to be off fucking center. No, the coffee table and the chairs are going to be perfect. It's my sofa that's off. Can I live with it? Fucking yes, but still. And I can hardly wait. Okay, what time is it now? It's 12:30. Okay, my light is scheduled to come on at 6, 7 because it's still fucking daylight at 7, but I couldn't wait, so I have my light scheduled with the timer to come on at 7. Boy, little things mean a lot, you guys, eh? Yeah. So, but I'm loving seeing the colors in different places. Ah, yeah. And then I'm gonna dust. gonna dust. Yeah, and I have, like, this vase that I'm gonna put on the coffee table after it's dusted, and this coffee table, I haven't done it ever, but you're supposed to get on your back, okay, and slide under the coffee table with your Windex and your, 14 rolls of paper towels. And under the coffee table, you spray on your paper towel. And then you start cleaning the underside of your glass coffee table. A lot, a lot. When I had my dog, my, Charlie Gibson, my one-eyed dog, he would go under the coffee table, and that was his sanctum sanctorum. He'd go under the coffee table, not knowing I could see him from the top 'cause, it's but yeah, so I'm gonna I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna, because 'cause I've saved my Amazon boxes, I'm gonna make a big, slidey thing from an Amazon box and slide under the coffee table. It's good to not be a fat girl anymore. Um, and I'm gonna clean the under fucking side of my coffee table. Yeah. And the top is easy, well, the top is a job. It's 4 by 4 glass and, and it's where I usually sit, where I live my life in my dining room. If there are, like, white marks on this coffee table after I put on all that work, it's going to make me nuts. Yeah, so, anyway, okay, I'm pausing to take I have, an Arnold Palmer. 1 second. Thank you for being patient during that pause. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down through the chat. Oh, Prairie Queen asked if I've indents in the carpet. No. You know what? This ha because I have really cheap rugs. They're not carpets, they're rugs. Carpet is like wall to wall. Rugs I got the when I moved in okay, admittedly, my furniture is oddly colored. It is okay, it's burgundy and green. I went online and the design is called Picasso. I found these cheap ass rugs, and the one I got for the living room, I think is 12 by 12. It was like $100. It's a cheap, cheap rug. And then I got these 2 runners, same random pattern. It's called Picasso. It's sort of like abstract art in burgundy and green and beige. Who would have this was sheer luck. And it was from a company like Temu, you guys. Anyway, these cheap so I got a runner for my little teeny short hallway and a runner for in front of my doorway and a doormat. So, did it make dents in my floor covering? No, because it's cheap, thin floor carpeting, uh, cheap, thin ruglings. They're rugs. They're throw rugs. They're rugs. Carpet goes wall to wall. Rugs you can throw around. Yeah, isn't it it is so lucky. I'm looking at it right now, and these random cheap ass floor coverings are burgundy and green and beige. And then a different isn't that weird? I love it. But anyway, so after I end this stream, I'm shoving everything back into place before go under it with go under the table with a bazillion paper towels. Yeah, I'm taking my phone under there with me, you guys. So if I get stuck under that table, I'll call one of you and you can, send help. Uh, so anyway, okay. I'm gonna go back over to the chat. Mudbrook, what was that noise? Mommy and Daddy were just moving some furniture. Yeah, I had that kind of a. Okay, I am scrolling down. Hey, Tiff. Tiffany Echo. Okay, it is 12:17 when you posted this. What, a half hour ago? Tiff, holy shit, Tiff. My brain fell out. You, you and me and Michael had plans. I was gonna like be live with you guys at some point at Contact in the Desert. Oh, shh, there is my neighbor again. She's calling from her other phone. She's trying to fool me. Ha ha ha. She can't fool me. But anyway, and honey, I dropped the ball, Tiff. Apologies to you and Michael. I missed it, and I kept up with you guys, in my delirium. And I think Michael said it wasn't what you guys expected. This time and I never found out why it wasn't what you expected, but it it looked like you had a good time. But Tiff, I'm sorry. Let's make up for that. Let's catch up, okay? God, my neighbor left me a message. Shit. Um, okay, John, you asked about the color of the carpet. I just told you all about. Okay, okay, I'm scrolling. Okay, Eileen says you need I do have a before picture. I'm going to take an after picture of my furniture. I love my furniture too, Eileen, and I did not buy it. It was left to me by my best friend. Uh, yeah, yeah. Prairie Queen is asking if my furniture was originally in a bordello. Oh, I gotta tell you, Prairie Queen, I gotta tell you, my next door neighbor, just right, her front door and back doors, our door are like 12 feet apart. We live in the same building. Her apartment looks like Paris in the summer. Her apartment is light and bright and airy and beautiful, delicate florals and white wood and a little gold here and there, little touches, little, pastels. Looks like a Paris cottage. And, oddly enough, she has a love of Paris. She's been a few times and fell in love with it. And so, she tried to recreate it here at home, and she's been on the Orient Express. And we go to lunch, and she told me all about her trip on the Orient Express. Anyway, and then you come over to my apartment, and by comparison, it does look like Bordello, Lady Marmalade. It looks like, yeah. Compared to my neighbor's apartment, yeah, my this looks like Art Deco bordello indeed. I'll take a picture, but I love it. I love it. Um, okay, so I'm scrolling down some more. Um, John's never been to a bordello. Well, John, come over and sit by me if you've never been to a bordello. Frankly, I've not been to one either. Is there a red light bulb? Yeah. Okay, so I'm scrolling down looking. Did I miss anybody? I'm scrolling down. Swampy 63, your name is such a poem. Hi, Swampy 63. Thank you for being here. I am way late catching up. And I told you guys the last time when I'm on here, if I'm rambling on, I mean, I'm rambling on. I'm staring into space and talking, and I'm not looking over here at what you guys are saying until I'm done. So I'm done and I'm looking over here. Okay, John, your childhood friend's stepdad was named Dick. We were all, hey, Dick, hi, Dick, sup, Dick. He thought we were really friendly. Right, John? Being named Dick did not mean Dick. Yeah, Dick. Who started that? Okay. Any of you sleuths out there, who who determined that Dick was a pejorative? Sort of. It's not a bad pejorative. It's not like saying, your mom, you know, fucked my mailman. It's not that bad, but Dick. Who decided that dick meant your penis? I'll say it right out. Who decided your dick meant penis? Can anybody research that? Do it fast because I'm about to close out. So I'm just doing all kinds of stuff here that you can't see. I am scrolling down. I don't think I missed anybody. Thank you guys for being here. Eileen, we both came from dads who drank, gave us dark humor and coping skills that are, Eileen, survival skills. I learned really little. I learned really little. Um, hyper awareness. I really I was really they call it hypervigilance. Hypervigilance. That was my life growing up. Um, you know what a certain rustle of a newspaper meant. You know what a certain footfall meant. You know what a certain silence in the house meant. You knew what certain raised voices meant. And it usually meant you weren't going to be treated well. You weren't, yeah. Hypervigilance. God, I remember. Defense mechanisms. You negotiate, you charm, you know. I learned to be charming when I was really little. Horribly introverted, but if boy up against a wall, I could be, you know. I learned how to be charming as an escape mechanism, as a keep me safe mechanism, as a, um, don't hurt me. But then but conversely, um, pain doesn't work either. Mm, yeah. So I'm going to go I didn't mean to get into any depth here. I'm scrolling down, scrolling down. I am over here. I am so sorry, you guys. I'm see if I think everybody's here who I've okay. Robin, do you have a box mountain? No, I have a little tiny I'm still late in the chat. My Amazon boxes, I have this little stack, because I've fit one inside the other, so it's probably about 2 feet tall by a foot wide. I have this little stack of flat Amazon boxes, and, yeah, flat, I can, like, cut them apart and make them be sliders for my heavy furniture. Um, oh, John, if my house ever got hit by a comet, I don't think it's safety glass though, John, but it's really thick. I don't know. I might be able to hide under my coffee table, but it's really thick glass and it has this etching on the underside. It's thick because when I've moved all these times, it has taken two men to move the base and then two men to move the glass of the I could probably hide under it, John, dur during an air raid. Okay, so I'm okay, Tiffany, thank you, no worries at all. Oh, Tiff, you became staff members. You're gonna be a bigger part of the conference next year with bigger giveaways. Oh, Tiff, you guys, if you don't know, Tiffany Echo is, uh, Callie Boss's partner. They're this deadly duo. This dynamic duo, and they were at Contact in the Desert, and damn it, ah! We talked in advance, and I was gonna be there, um, and interview them, like, in their room between what they were doing, and I totally zoned out. Fuck, Tiff. Okay, so be there or be square. Next year, I'm gonna be there. If we are all here next year at this time, okay. Okay, I'm scrolling down. Excuse me, Eileen, you Googled bordello and you're in shock? Oh, grow up, Eileen. Oh, Renee says, hi, John. Hi, Renee. I am scrolling down. Swampy63 says, I'll take Art Deco bordello any day. But you know what? When I walk into my neighbor's apartment, it is just, like a breath of fresh air. It's light and beautiful and airy and cheerful and very Parisian, and yeah, you expect to, like, see h high tea on her coffee table. And oh, yeah, oh, and she says that one day we're going to plan a tea. Excuse me, my neighbor and I, her name's Kathy. And she looks like where she lives, you guys. She has this glorious silver hair, and, yeah, we're going to do a high tea, ah, and I'm going to volunteer the, the cucumber sandwiches, I think. Yeah, and we have, like, these wonderful bakeries around here for the sweets and stuff, so but anyway, yeah, so I'll take a picture of my finished product and it with her permission, I'm gonna take a picture of her, not my apartment, apartment. Okay, so I'm scrolling down just this moment, I went over to the chat just in time to see John Walkley say, "Once I tripped walking through Paris, I fall over." John, John, John. Okay, Swampy 63, you're high. I yeah, I did my vape, you guys. Where I live, all of this stuff is very legal. At first, needed, like, a doctor's prescription, like, what in the timeline, it lasted about 10 minutes, and, of course, every pot store had a doctor's office right next to it, and these doctors would moonlight, sitting there at a desk just writing out these prescriptions so you could buy your medical marijuana. "What's your reason for needing it?" "Oh, I have, sciatica." "Oh, I have neuropathy because I had shingles once." That was mine, but now you can just get but anyway, at pot stores are like 7-Elevens only with bargain days. You can just so I got a vape for it was on the clearance table for $15, and it was like a discount day, so I got it for, like, $12, and this vape will last me a month. Isn't that great? And okay, so I I I guess I can talk about this, and I think I talked about this the last time I was here, and I have been using, um, the wild cabbage since the age of 30, okay, with regularity, 29, 30, okay, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. So for almost 48 years, I've been using the wild cabbage. And up until just a few years ago, just a few years ago, did I learn that there were strains. None of us over all those decades, none of us old heads, none of us people who always, bought it by the from the neighborhood guy. Oh, we got it from the brother-in-law, and you go park in a neighborhood and go and get a bag. You could get, like, 4 fingers, which was okay, an ounce, 4 fingers, $5 for Colombian, $10, 4 fingers, an ounce. Think of that. We didn't know there was a difference, like, there was indica sativa, there was upper, there was downer, there was, uh, the active if you wanna, clean your house, wash your car, sativa if you wanna, like, mellow out, have a nappy, go to bed, indica. None of us knew that, ever. I only just found out about this a few years ago, and I went, "Yeah?" I never all I knew was that every time you get it, it's different, but I didn't, like, have a spreadsheet on, how I felt about so, isn't that interesting? Never knew. Never knew it. So, I have no idea where I was going with that, except to say, okay, I was going through the chat. Ah! Okay, so I am looking over at the chat again. Wait a minute, I'm still like a half hour behind in the chat. John says the term came to be associated with the penis through the usage by men in the military around the 1880s. The usage of dick to refer to a contemptible or despicable person was first attested in the 1960s. No kidding, John. Thank you. Okay, you guys, that's when the term dick became a pejorative in the 60s. That, damn, my neighbor is just really. Okay, if I don't call my neighbor back pretty soon. Oh, shit. The last time I didn't answer my phone after all these calls, my neighbor and her husband came and banged on my window and said, "Hello, are you okay?" And fuck, I was only taking a nap. Dude, if I don't want to answer your fucking phone call, but if I don't answer her, she's gonna come over here. Not, you know what? I should stay on and let that happen. I should just let her come over. Sorry, I had to call. I should let her come over and just start banging on my window. No, I'm gonna call her back. God, I've been on here for an hour. Okay, so I'm going to. s- I, I'm gonna finish with the chat, you guys. Okay, something with a John. Some of these I'm not. John, sorry, Americans only use a fork. John, sometimes we use a knife, and sometimes I'll even use a spoon with my soup. John, oh, are you going? Oh, Swampy, you're going? Bye, sweetheart. God, that was okay. So I'm going to. So Eileen Ebony, you could do feet porn on the glass table pics from below. Is it really, Eileen? Eileen, a okay. Even though my children have forbade me to do an OnlyFans of my bunions, my children are very bossy, and frankly, they're bigger than me. I don't know how it happened, but I gave birth to these Amazonian women, and they scared the fuck out of me. But holy, I'm like still 12 years old inside myself, and I'm saying, you're not the boss of me. Feet, ugly feet, because dude, I, I'm s- I, I'm walking around on some ugly feet, and I think there's a market for that shit. Well, hey, look, Foodie Beauty can make thousands of dollars a month being just a disembodied face, with filters stuffing food in her face hole. It Geez, and I don't even have to show my face if I would do ugly foot porn. Thank you, Eileen. I'm really thinking about that, getting one of those little tiny tripods and positioning my camera and shit. Okay. Okay. I am, scrolling down. Excuse me. I think I am finished at last with the chat, you guys. It's been a hoot. Thank you so much. I really am, and I will take pictures of my, repositioned, disappointing living room, but I still love my living room. I love my furniture. I love my little apartment. I love where I live because okay, that is my neighbor has 2 phones. She keeps alternating calling me. Fuck. Okay, I gotta get off here or she's gonna be banging on my window. I love you guys. I love you. I love you. Okay, for sure. Next Sunday. Well, there are no for sures in life, you guys. Tomorrow isn't even guaranteed, but Zamara Bennett, our little sweetheart, our good friend, longtime friend of the Granny Show, Zamara is going to come on next Sunday. I winged it this Sunday. Okay, next Sunday, Zamara's coming on. We're doing a show about her ice cream truck, and you guys, I have to call my neighbor back. Okay. So I love you dearly. If I've missed anybody, Howie, Howie, fellow Earthling. Excuse me. I'm so sorry. Okay. Howie, that drew me aback. Howie, oh dear God. Howie, sweet man, my food forest hero. I am learning such stuff from you. Your knowledge of how to survive off the land, how to make the land friendly to making a garden, a forest that feeds you and sustains you. Howie, you are a treasure. And also, Howie, if you know the how Enjoy Being is over there, Enjoy Being, our mutual friend, if you know how he is, please let me know if he's okay. It's been, gosh, a good while since I've heard from him directly. I hope he's okay. And if you are in contact with him, send him my regards and a hug to you, Howie. Thank you for showing up, my dear. It's good to see you. Thanks. Okay. See you guys. I gotta call my neighbor or she's going to freak out on me. Okay. See you. Bye. I love you all.